Welcome to episode 3 of starting my reselling business as an 18-year-old college student. In this episode, I want to focus on my sell-through rate and getting rid of all the old cards that have been listed on my eBay for weeks, months, and years that at this point they're never going to sell, so taking a loss on them is really going to be better than just not selling them at all. If you want to help support me, go to JMCards4 on eBay. There's going to be something for everybody. I've got a lot of stuff listed. Try and find something you like, and maybe I can cut you a good deal. So the first issue that a lot of people make is that they have to make their profit when they're reselling. And the thing is, that is true, but when I've got stuff that has been in my inventory for 2 years, listed on eBay for 2 years, I just want to get rid of it because that sitting inventory makes your store look bad, that stuff isn't selling, your sell-through rate is down, and all in all, it's just not good. You don't have that money. So if you sell it for a lower price, you're going to at least get a little bit of that money back. If you don't get anything back, you're stuck with nothing. But if you take a cut, then you're at least going to get some of it back, and then you can go and buy something better with that. So my current 90-day sell-through rate is only 16%, which is absolutely horrible. I'll put a picture of that right here, and you can calculate that by taking your items sold in the last 90 days and dividing it by your items listed. The first step I'm going to take is to go through all my oldest listings and delist all of them, and then I'll bulk relist them as a 7-day auction. It's currently Saturday, so I'm going to schedule to list them tomorrow so that they can end on next Saturday. I'm going to make sure it ends at about 7 to 8 p.m. because that's when everybody's going to be watching the auctions, and that's the best time that you want to end. So I went through all my listings that are older than 500 days. I delisted most of them, but there's a lot of them that are so cheap that there's no point in even selling them at auction. So what I'm going to do is list them all for 99 cents plus like $1.25 shipping, and I'm going to make a sale for either buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3 get 1 free, or some sort of promotional event so that I can make sales with all those without having to auction them off and they never get sold. So for auctions, I'm relisting 62 cards. They're gonna end on Saturday at about 7 through 8. So there's 62 listings spaced out by 1 minute each. So the first one ends at 7 p.m. Saturday Central Standard Time, and the last one will end at 8:01. So to make this sale, you want to come over here to the summary tab in the marketing section, come down here to volume pricing and click create volume pricing. I'm not going to change the name because it's not visible to buyers, but to buy 2, we want a 20% discount. To buy 3 or more, we want to give a 30% discount. And to sweeten the deal, we want a 50% discount for 4 or more items. So then come down here to add inventory. We're going to select items, and over here you can filter it by the days on site. You can see right here it's already sorted by that, but right here you can see that stuff I listed yesterday, but we want to sort it to the stuff that's been on the site longest. Now we're going to go through here and select all this cheap stuff that we want to get rid of. So I've went through everything that's been listed for 365 days or longer, and it's been 168. So we're going to go down here and confirm selections. And now all of these can be saved up to 50% when you buy 4 or more. And you can see all these cards are in here. Some are more expensive, but there's stuff that I do not care about because it's been listed a long time. I no longer care if I get the full value out of them. So now click save and review, and we're gonna start it now, and we're gonna keep it the same because I don't really care when it ends. I mean, that's 3 years, but hopefully these can all sell. You guys will have access to all of this stuff. So now I'm gonna click launch, and it is now active right here. So over the last 2 days, I've gotten 2 pretty big packages, and there's a lot of cards, so I'm not going to go through and show them all, but I'm going to show you how I organize these so I don't have to keep track of each individual card. So these are the 2 stacks of cards I got. This one here is $160 worth, and this one right here is $75 worth. So how I enter them is I come over here to my quantity purchase breakdowns, and down here You can see Anderson 160, so that's the guy's last name that I bought it from, and the price on the end, and that's what I put as my SKU for each individual card on eBay. So I put all my information in. As you can see, I like to use functions. So this is total made minus the price for my profit. And then down here, I've got total cards minus cards sold, so I can get the cards left. And for cards sold, it just counts how many are in column A. I also come over here and enter them in my buy spreadsheet. So I have a separate sheet for my buys and sales, and then one to keep track of all the quantity purchases. So then the same deal for this $75 stack here. The guy's first name was Andy. So for my SKU right here on the bottom, I'm gonna put Andy75. It's the same information. We got the number of cards that were in it and the price paid, and it's all the same functions as everything else. So I'm gonna go through and list the 40 cards of that $160 purchase. And my strategy might be a little different from others for listing stuff, because I do have a scanner and I could send some cards through it, but a lot of them, if they're more than $5, I don't want to add any little scratches or anything. So I go through and I make the listings on my computer first, and then afterwards I go on my phone into my drafts and I'll take the pictures for all of them, and then I'll list them through my phone. So I'll get a little montage going of listing them starting now. I only did about half of them right now, but I gotta go watch some football. So I finished listing and taking all the pictures for that $160 lot, and the total listed price comes out to $455. So a very big potential for profit here. All right, so it's now Monday afternoon. It's about 1:02 p.m. And just today, I've already done $179 in sales. Now that's just sales, that's not total revenue or profit, but that's still looking up for us. I've got 16 packages to do right now, and that's for the past 3 days, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So let me show you what I got. So of the 16, 9 of them were individual sports cards. Pretty interesting stuff too. We got the Ken Houston slab for, I think, 14 bucks. This Andrew Vaughn, out of that $160 purchase, sold for 32, I believe. This John Collins sold for like 30, and this Mark McGuire sold for maybe 9 bucks with free shipping. And then over here, we got this Jace Young printing plate that sold for, I think, $45. That sold pretty quick too. Some more of the 71. This Peyton Manning 1-of-1 proof, I sold it for like, I think 15, because Leaf isn't really worth much. Cade Otton autograph, that sold on National Tight Ends Day. And then the rest, I think, is just some normal stuff. This Dellin Betances autograph and another 71. So pretty good stuff. Now let me get the non-single card items. It's just this little Crown Vic matchbox that was like maybe 3 bucks. This 1992 Topps Traded sold for 10 bucks. And the last item, it's pretty big. This one's going to be tough to ship, but it's this plane right here on top that sold for 80 bucks plus shipping. The guy had to pay $84 for shipping, so I'm hoping maybe I won't have to pay that much and I can actually make a little bit off the shipping. So this big ass plane I just sold, so it sold for 80 bucks plus shipping. The buyer had to pay $84, which that's crazy, first of all, because I should have just done FedEx, even though, I mean, there's not a FedEx less than 60 miles away from me though, but it costed them $84 to ship. After I got in the real dimensions and weight, it's going to end up being $90.65 for me to ship. So I'm losing $6 there. Well, apparently the buyer lives in Israel, so I'm getting charged another $3 for that. So I'm only going to be getting like $50 out of an $80 sale. It's just crazy. Shipping is going to cost me $127.28 for all 16 packages. So although I am only making $50 on that $80 sale, I only paid 20 or 25 bucks for it, so it's not a loss. My total profit from non-single card items is $58.93. And my total profit from individual cards was $131.93. So that's about $190 over the last 3 days. So on average, $63.33 about. It's not terrible. We're still growing. I mean, before we were at between 10 and 20, so I will take it. It's Tuesday now. Just wanted to give a little update on the auctions that I started on Sunday. So 62 total auctions. Right now there is 6 with bids and only 9 with watchers. It's only Tuesday, so I'm not giving up on them. As long as they sell, I mean, I'd be happy if all of them sold for $1 plus shipping, because they've been sitting there not producing anything for so long, so it's not even a big deal. But right now, only 6 of them have bids. None of them have more than 1 bid, but hopefully that'll pick up. I'm going to try and advertise them a little bit on my Instagram, which I haven't used my Instagram forever. I linked it in my last video, but I'm sure not a ton of people are clicking on that. I don't think I'm approved for links or anything, but I'll try and advertise it on my Instagram. It's got maybe 400 followers, but not very interactive followers, so we'll see how that goes. My next step to creating a lot more sales is just pure consistency. So I'm not currently getting a ton of cards. I am getting a lot better quality than, say a month or 2 ago, but I'm not getting a ton of quantity. So I think my goal is just to list 20 cards a day for now, and then eventually scale it up. I do have a lot of kind of backstock of smaller cards, but they're only a couple bucks, and I kind of want to gain more of a following and then possibly auction those off on live streams on either YouTube or TikTok, or possibly my own website. For now, I'm just going to stick with 20 or 30 cards a day, and then we'll see where it goes from there. It's now Thursday. I've got 15 items to ship. I'll go ahead and get them all out. But I have had one issue this week. One of my graded cards showed up to a guy cracked on both sides. It was that John Collins rookie slab PSA 10. And apparently it was cracked on both sides. So I'm going to go to the post office today and see what they can do about it, because I don't want to issue a refund and then I don't get anything, because it clearly was not my fault. Alright, I pulled all the items, and there's one big thing. You might have seen it in that little montage, but it might have been a little quick, so you might not have seen what it was. I sold this big ass Tiger One tank. There's my hand for comparison. It's pretty big. I'm hoping it doesn't cost as much as that plane to ship, but apparently it's only going to cost like 15 bucks to ship, but pretty cool. There's that sold for like 100 bucks. Sold this little ambulance for maybe 4 bucks. This little baseball tin for 4 bucks plus shipping. And just some random cards. There's this 1/1 Ricky Pearsall. He got shot. Pretty crazy stuff, but he's alive. There's Jerry Grote, Magic Johnson, Joe Nuxhall, Elijah Moore autograph out of 10. Ellie De La Cruz, fucking Dirk, Ohtani, just won the World Series. Hunter Long, John Unitas, Dustin Poirier, I don't know how to say his name, and a guy whose name is Division. Pretty good stuff. After fees and shipping, all the individual cards come out to $54, and the non-card items comes out to $89. So it's Friday now, and yesterday was a pretty busy day. I had a lot of stuff to do, so I didn't get to list anything. Wednesday, I listed 30 cards. Yesterday, I listed none, and my plan was to list, at least 20, but hopefully 30 cards a day. So let me know, is it better to skip a day and just list the same 30, or should I make up for the day and list 60? Let me know in the comments. So it's a big day today. It's now Saturday, and I currently have 12 items to ship. It's about noon right now. So I'm going to get those packages done. But tonight we also have 62 auctions ending. So I'm hoping at least all of them will go for 99 cents just to get them out of here, get my sell-through rate increased. But right now it's looking like there's only like 7 bids, I believe, but it's whatever. I'm going to get my current sold items gathered up. I'll be posting the video tomorrow, which is Sunday. Hopefully the editing might take a while. I've got a lot of clips to go through, so let me get those together and I'll show you guys the profits. So I got a lot. Most of it was cards. There's this Brent Honeywell numbered, Justin Jefferson, Hannah Hidalgo, Ant, 69 Tops, Matt Manning, it's 1 of 1, graded Mac Jones, and a Ken Griffey Jr. And then surprisingly, all these boxes are empty, except this one. It's still got that little die-cast car in it, and those sold for like 12 bucks plus shipping, so I'll take that for some empty boxes. And the last thing I sold was this old VHS movie camera, and I don't want to take it out of the bag, so I'll just pop a picture of it up on the screen. So my total profit for card sales was $42.88, and the total for non-card sales was $78.61. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. I did $448 in sales this week, which isn't too bad. It's doing a lot better. This is my 90-day total right now. That's definitely looking up. I don't know the exact number, but it'll be up on screen. And I must have been tripping the whole week because for some reason I thought those auctions would end today, which is Saturday, but they're actually ending tomorrow on Sunday. So I'm going to try and get this episode out today, and then everyone can go to my link and check out those 62 auctions. I'll show what all of them sold for in the next episode, so make sure you tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment for any questions, concerns, hate, like, anything you want. Leave it in the comments. I'll see you guys for next week's episode. Peace.